Hello everyone. So today we will learn about the library NetworkX, which is available in Python. So now why do we use this library? As the name suggests, this particular library is used for studying the different graphs and networks. And for that we have different functions available in that. So basically it is used for creation, manipulation and study of the structures, dynamics and the functions of complex networks in real life. So if I talk about Facebook or Twitter or other social media platforms, they make a very huge complex network. And for that to study it, we have this wonderful library that is NetworkX. So let us explore it in the coming slides. So now what are the different features of NetworkX? So the first feature is the classes. It has the classes for graphs and diagrams. So we have the features to construct the classes for graphs and diagrams. Similarly, we also have another feature that is conversion of graphs to and from several formats. So we have this facility that we are given some formats of data set with the help of which we can convert it into a graph. Also, we have ability to construct some random graphs or increase it uh, increase it from time to time. Now we also have ability to find the subgraph clicks and k-code. So similarly, if we are given a graph, in that graph we can find out the subgraphs available in that graph. Similarly, we can also find out the clicks. And also there is an option to explore the adjacency matrix of the graph, the degree of the graph, diameter, radius, center and between. So these are different important phenomena which we will be discussing in the coming lectures, and we will be studying all these parameters one by one in detail. And it is also used to draw networks in 2D and 3D. So we can draw the networks in 2D through matplotlib and 3D through the Seaborn library. But here also, to plot the different networks, we have this option. So let's explore the different functions. The first, so let's study the different graph generator functions available in the NetworkX. So the very first function that we have is graph. So basically, why do we use this graph function? It is used to create an empty graph where we have no nodes on edges. So what we do is we have this function, we call it through nx dot graph, and we store it in a variable, let's say capital G. We can store it in any variable, but here we are preferring capital G because G is basically used for representing a graph. Then we have another function that is called as add node. So it is used to add a node in the given graph. If we have to add only one node in the graph, then in this what we will do is we are using add underscore node and calling it with G dot, because G is the graph in which we have to add the node. So what we will do is name of the graph dot the function add underscore node, and in that we will be adding the node, writing the node. So this is one means we are creating a node one. And similarly, we can add more number of nodes in the graph by passing a list. So there is a list which is containing three elements, 1, 2, 3. And similarly, we can have any number of elements in the list and we can plot a graph for that. Plot not the graph, but basically the nodes. Now then we have another function that is called as add underscore edge. So for this is basically used for adding an edge between the two nodes. So as you can see, this is the name of the function add underscore edge, which is called with the help of this G. So G dot add edge, and then in this we are writing the two nodes between which we have to create the edge. So the edge will be created between 1 and 2. Now the next thing is, if we want to add list of edges, so more than one edges if is to be added, then we can pass it in the list. So there is an edge between 1 and 2, 1 and or you can say 1 and 3 here, and then 2 to 3. So by mistake I have written 1 2, you can write 1 and 3. So in this way, if we have to create more than one edges, we can simply use this function to add the edges between the different nodes. Now there is another function, draw the graph. To draw the graph, we have this function draw. Again, this function is used to with the help of nx. So nx dot draw, and inside it we will be passing the parameter that is g, the graph. So when we have, inserted the nodes and we have created the edges between them, and then we have to see how our graph looks like, then we will use this function to have the pictorial representation of the graph. Then there are other options also available here. If we want to give labels to the nodes, then we can use this option with labels, with underscore labels, and here I can pass 1, or I can also pass true where t is capital. So it will give labeling to the nodes. As you can see in the previous slide, so the node name was 1, or it is 1 2 3. So they will not be visible, these nodes will not be visible until and unless we are not using this labels, with labels facility, right? And coming to the next one, that is, we have another option, that is color. So for coloring, we can use color equal to, in colons, in this apostrophes, we can write r that represents red, or you can pass any other color, blue, yellow, whatever you want to. So now comes the complete graph. So in this complete graph, if we have to plot a complete graph, we will be using this function complete underscore graph, and then which is available in network X. So nx dot complete graph, complete underscore graph, and in this we will be passing n, which is the number of nodes. So if you are passing 4, then it will be plotting the complete graph for 4 nodes, and then if you are passing 10, then it will be plotting the complete graph for 10 nodes. What is a complete graph? Basically, in a complete graph, every node in the graph is connected to the rest of the nodes, and we have discussed this in the coming videos as well. Now coming to the another function, that is node. So when we call this function node with g, the graph, we can see all the available nodes in the graph. It displays all the nodes in the graph. And then we have another function edge. Again, this function, when used with g dot edges, basically the graph that we want to see. So if we write this, then we can see the number of edges available in the graph. And then here, let me correct it. This is info. So what about this infograph? This infograph basically tells us the complete description about the graph, including the total number of nodes, total edges, and average degree in the graph. So nx dot information, and when passing this g graph into this, we can see the different parameters of the graph, right? So that's all for today. And in the coming lectures, you will see the implementation of all these particular functions one by one. Thank you so much.